From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Monday, March 21st, 2022. I'm D-Ray Knight, and this is what's going on. Here's the latest on the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian officials have defiantly rejected a Russian demand that their forces in Mariupol lay down arms and raise white flags in exchange for safe passage. Russian troops have surrounded and are barraging the strategic southern port city. Ukrainian officials say the Russian military hit an art school sheltering some 400 people only hours before offering to open up 2 corridors out of Mariupol in return for the capitulation of its defenders. In other areas, the Russian offensive has floundered to the point where Western governments and analysts see the broader conflict grinding into a war of attrition. Shelling hit a shopping center in Kyiv, and a Ukrainian chemical plant was targeted by a Russian airstrike early today, causing terrifying evacuations as potentially deadly ammonia leaked for hours. In news closer to home, Rapid City police say an early morning shooting has left one person with serious, life-threatening injuries. Police say they responded to a report of a disturbance at a hotel at 1721 North La Crosse Street at approximately 4:30 in the morning Saturday. Upon arrival, officers were informed that a gun was fired in one of the rooms of the hotel. When they entered the room, officers located a single gunshot victim. Officers provided emergency first aid to the victim, who was then transported to the hospital by a medical unit. Rapid City Police Department interviewed witnesses on the scene and placed 19-year-old Quincy Bearrobe under arrest. Investigation into the shooting is ongoing. South Dakota is ending daily COVID-19 reporting. Amy Rose explains.
Health officials in South Dakota say COVID-19 case rates have dropped so dramatically they'll no longer give daily updates. The Argus Leader reports that the state health department ended daily reports on Friday and will now give only weekly reports. The first is expected on Wednesday. As of Friday, the 7-day average of positive cases in South Dakota was 35. And according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, only 5 states had lower per capita rates of new cases. The health department shifted from daily to weekly reporting last summer, but moved back to daily reports in August as the Delta variant surged across the country.
South Dakota Governor Noem has signed 5 bills to make changes to the state's medical marijuana laws, including putting a cap on the number of cannabis plants that medical marijuana patients can grow in their homes. The Republican governor cast the bills as part of her effort to implement a safe and responsible medical marijuana program that is focused on patients. South Dakota voters in 2020 enacted the law to legalize medical marijuana in the state, and Noem this year pushed for several changes to the program. In national and international news, President Joe Biden has added a stop in Poland to his upcoming trip to Europe for urgent talks with NATO and European allies. The trip comes as Russian forces concentrate their fire upon cities and trapped civilians in their nearly month-old invasion of Ukraine. White House officials say Biden will first travel to Brussels and then travel to Poland, where he will meet with leaders there. Poland neighbors Ukraine and has taken in more than 2 million refugees from the fighting. It's been one of the most vocal countries in asking fellow NATO members to consider getting more involved to rein in the bloodshed. Historic Supreme Court confirmation hearings are set to begin today. Chrissy Davies has more.
The Senate Judiciary Committee is set to begin its historic confirmation hearings for Judge Katanji Brown Jackson. The 51-year-old federal judge would be the first black woman on the Supreme Court. Barring a significant misstep by Jackson, Democrats who control the Senate by the slimmest of margins intend to wrap up her confirmation by Easter. Jackson is expected to present an opening statement Monday afternoon, then answer questions from the committee's 11 Democrats and 11 Republicans over the next 2 days. It's not yet clear how aggressively Republicans will go after Jackson, given that her confirmation would not alter the court's 6-3 conservative majority.
An elected official from New Mexico is set to be the second person tried on charges stemming from the U.S. Capitol riot. A federal judge in Washington, D.C. will hear testimony without a jury for Otero County Commissioner Couy Griffin's trial Monday. Griffin is charged with illegally entering Capitol grounds the day a pro-Trump mob disrupted certification of Joe Biden's presidential election victory. Griffin is not accused of entering the Capitol or engaging in violence or destruction January 6, 2021. Griffin's lawyers say he peacefully led a prayer on the Capitol steps. A jury this month convicted a Texas man of storming the Capitol in the first trial for a riot defendant. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Windy with light snow possible and a high of 48, low tonight 33. And that was your Daily Slice for Monday, March 21st, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D-Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D-Ray Knight. Have a great day.